Hey, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Live. So excited and super honored that my good buddy Nick Clark is on the call with me. I picked his brain extensively last week at Jewel School. I probably borderline harassed him, but he just opened my eyes to some areas of growth in our businesses, which really excited me. I have never, ever been presented with a report with numbers and stats and red marks and thought, oh, this is an opportunity to really go and conquer something. And the way he presented the information made me feel empowered to make some massive changes, which is super exciting. And so I just started asking him questions like, okay, well, people who have great retention, what are they doing differently in the recruiting process? How are they presenting Plexus to people that it's trickling over into higher retention? Because our team's willing to learn. Like, we're not so, otherly that we're going to hold super tightly to what we've got going on. We're willing to hold it with an open hand if you can come and give us some pointers of what the best people are doing with the best retention. So for those of you that don't know, this is Alec's son. He doesn't generally broadcast that. And Alec told me the other day, he said, listen, Nick has to work twice as hard as everybody else at home office every day of his life because they know he's my son, and people be waiting to catch you slipping. So he works hard, but he literally told me it's because he loves what he does. He loves this company. And so I just feel great about the fact that for the second time today, he is giving us some of his time. So Nick, I'm going to let you kind of take it away, and then I will try not to interrupt with questions.
Okay, thank you. Oh my gosh, what a great introduction. I'm very, very blessed to be here. I truly don't think you guys understand how grateful I am that I have this opportunity. Hopefully you guys understand that without you, there is not Plexus, right? Like, you are the reason Plexus is, and Plexus is going to become what it can truly become is because of you. So please, please keep that in mind. Next, from this morning, for those Christine in this meeting, I figured it out. It was pulling in retail customers as well. So that's why the numbers were slightly off, and that has been adjusted. So I'll get you guys new reports. But that is the reason why those numbers were slightly off.
Awesome.
So this is a big call. This is actually the biggest call I've ever done. So
no pressure.
Super nervous. Just kidding. I remember at a convention, we would get all the jewels ready. We have everybody walk backstage, and this was my advice to them. Okay, guys, it's your big shot. Don't blow it. And then they kind of laugh, and then it kind of takes the tension away, and they can go up on stage and have fun. So this is my big shot, so I better not blow it. But I'm super happy that everybody is on this call because everybody here wants to have a successful business, right? Can I get a raise of hands? Right? Love it. And if I'm looking down here, it's because everybody's faces are full of my entire screen. So I'm still looking at you, just the camera's up here, and some people are still down here. So, but who here realistically struggles with enrolling sometimes, right? Who here struggles with retention sometimes? And who here struggles with sharing the business opportunity sometimes? Right? A lot of hands, which is actually awesome because that means there's a lot of opportunity. If we felt like we were good at everything and we were still struggling, then that would be an issue, right? But there's opportunities to grow. We recognize that we're not perfect, and we're able to overcome those obstacles. So today I'm going to talk about 4 things that I think any brand ambassador or VIP customer should know before signing up. So with that being said, who is responsible for telling those people these 4 things? Yeah, us, right? I say us, it's not us. I can't work the business, unfortunately. It's you guys. That's why here at corporate, if I wasn't who I was, I'd probably be working Plexus and trying to make it happen like you guys. There's a lot more money in it. But very, very excited for you guys. Number 1, when you start talking to somebody and they've expressed interest to sign up with Plexus, we want to set realistic expectations, right? When talking about the products. I know it's easy to say this is going to fix all your problems. It will happen tomorrow, and then you'll get a check for $500 in the mail, right? Who wouldn't sign up? But tomorrow comes, they haven't lost 30 pounds, and they don't get that check, and now they have a bad taste in their mouth about Plexus. So I'm a firm believer in setting realistic expectations and realistic timelines of products. They're not going to be, not everybody's going to have a miracle, right? Some people do. Some people's miracle might just be they feel better. They're able to get on the floor and play with their kids more. And some people, it might happen after 2 weeks. Some people might take 3 months. But what we want to do is be there for them and help them understand that that's not abnormal for it to take a little bit of time.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So what if Sally comes to me, like she comes to me, she wants to go ahead and buy Plexus. Shouldn't I just go ahead and like take advantage of that quick sale? Let me get her signed up. Or are you saying I still need to run through this with her? Like, hey, Sally, it sounds like you are ready to get going, but ahead of time, I need to make sure you understand some things.
Yeah. So my personal opinion is go through all the steps with them. And the reason why is we want somebody solid, not somebody who joins fast and then leaves fast. I would much rather have 3 people who sign up and they stay on forever than 10 people that sign up and leave. Right? That's my personal opinion. Right? And that's not saying that you've not. So if you've already had all these discussions with them and you can judge that after we get done, then sign them up quick. But if somebody says, hey, I'm ready to do this, let's go, make sure they understand these 4 points. 1, realistic timeline and realistic expectations of products. Going along with that is number 2, which is consistency. Consistency is key, right? If you don't take your products, you're probably not going to see results, right? We're not arguing with that, right? Pretty straightforward. How many people have been 1 month into signing somebody up and go, how have your products been? Great. Should we get that second one ordered? No, I still have about half my bag of Slim, right? So right up front, we want to address this is important to take every day. If somebody has stomach issues, maybe we can help them understand the amount that's supposed to take, but really emphasizing consistency is key. And then that just reinforces results come after efforts. Results come after efforts, right? It's not going to happen in 2 weeks. Okay, now I'm 3 weeks into it. I'm taking my products every day, and I remember Christina, she said it's not abnormal for this to take some time. She said that it's not abnormal for me to feel nothing right now. But she did say that if I keep taking them consistently, I will see a result. So I'm going to keep taking them. 1 month it gets through, Christina reaches back out to me, hey, how'd you like it? I actually hated Slim. Disgusting. Christina's now going to say, you know what, that's okay. There's a couple other flavors that we can get you on, and we can continue on our way. And that kind of leads us into number 3, which is all things subscription. And we don't want to overwhelm, but we want to educate why we have a subscription. Right? If they're business oriented, be straight up with them. Hey, we have a subscription because if we don't have 100 PV in our account and something that goes through, we don't get paid. So that's the safety net. If they're not business oriented, then talk about consistency. Like I mentioned in point 2, consistency is key. And Plexus makes it easy. Plexus also makes it easy that you can adjust your subscription. We want these people to know that they're not stuck, right? We want them to know that they're not bound by their first order for the rest of their life. Because what we see with trends is the number one why people cancel is because the subscription fires, their sponsor didn't tell them they even had a subscription, they get frustrated and cancel. Right? Now imagine the second scenario. Let's just say Emily is signing somebody up. She says, hey, the subscription is there for consistency. It's customizable. You can even change the date you want it to fire. I recommend having it every month for these reasons. Let me know. And then Emily reaches back out 3 days before her next sub fires and says, hey, Just letting you know your sub's going to fire in 3 days. And she goes, you know what? I don't like Slim. Okay, let's change it. Or she goes, you know what? I have a lot of products still. I probably wasn't as consistent in taking them. Maybe we should push it out a month and give me another shot at taking it. That is still better. That is still better than having somebody cancel. Right? Can I get that across very clearly? We want them to know that they are not stuck, but that they're in control. You are the guide. I think I heard a word the other day, a doula. Is that like a guide? Tell me, is that something?
A doula is a birth assistant.
Okay, a birth guide, which is very fitting because a lot of us here are women. So, be their plexus doula, right? Walk them through this journey of plexus and be a good support. Help them know that that should be a t-shirt. Be a plexus doula. I'm telling you, we really should make that. But walk them through that journey. While you're talking about subscriptions, please bring up the price difference between a welcome pack and the combo they're going to get the next month. We don't want this to surprise them. We want them to know that, yeah, you know, this plexus isn't cheap, but it's worth every cent. Every cent you pay is worth it, but it's not cheap. If you want cheap, go buy products that don't work. All right, we pay for quality here. So it's not cheap. And that conversation, to get where it's going, leads to the business opportunity. You know, I can't sit here and tell you that it's cheap. I can tell you it's worth every cent. And so, exactly. Oh, doula means servant in Hebrew. Thank you, Cecilia. I didn't know that. Really mention that the, I lost my train of thought. Cecilia's fun fact derailed me in a good way. But I got to get back. Talking about the subscription, money, why it costs more. So you want to mention that it costs more. It's worth every cent you're going to pay. And then here's the opportunity to bring up the business. Say, Plexus has actually also created a way for you to get your products paid for. It's pretty easy. It's like anybody else you see in today's age. You have a referral code. As you share your referral link, you get a kickback and you can get your products paid for. And some people are good at it and they can make an extra income. Some people are good at it and they can send their kids to camp each summer and not stress about it. Some people are good at it and they can save up and go on a family vacation they've dreamed about. Right? You get how that comes normal in the conversation after you talk about that price difference in combos?
Yes.
Right?
And you said something to me at Jewel School that I thought was so smart. You said the teams that have the best retention, they lead with the subscription pricing. When somebody says, how much is the triplex? They'll say, it's going to run you around $145 a month after shipping and tax. That's what you can expect to pay. Once you have their commitment, like, yeah, I'm willing to do that. Oh, I'm in for at least 90 days. After the commitment is when you say, actually, your first order, you actually get a welcome pack discount. I like to wait until, you're ready to go because I want you to know this is what you're going to be paying. But we like to say, hey, welcome aboard. And you get this discount on your welcome pack instead of leading with, let me give you every discount under the sun. And let me just tell some of you guys on here, I never give a discount code ever. None of my new joins get a give 10. They don't need it. They don't need it because I really build the value of the product. And I'm not trying to bring them in for $80.12 and then next month it'd be $150. But I've never thought about leading with the in total sub price. Like, hey, you're going to be around $145 after shipping and tax. Once they're committed, then you say, oh, and listen, I have a special, like I have a fun thing for you to know. You actually can get it cheaper this month. This is your normal price, but I can hook you up this month. So it's like a favor and they're not feeling somehow taken advantage of month 2.
Exactly. You nailed it. You're so smart.
At first, I just repeated it. That's how I made so much money. Brittany normally nails it and then I just repeat it and people think I'm smart. So
I love it. But those are the 4 things, and bringing up the business up front is so important. Raise your hand if you struggle with bringing up the business before you sign somebody up. Right? The reason why I think so many of us are afraid is because we don't want to come across salesy. We don't want to come across like we're taking advantage of somebody. So let me paint this picture. Let me paint this scenario for you. My wife loves to shop, and I also love to shop. We shop very differently, but my wife loves to shop. And if she finds a good deal, let's say on a pair of jeans, best pair, like Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, where they have the jeans that fit everybody, right? So imagine like those kind of jeans, like everybody looks good in them, they always fit, fantastic. If you buy a good pair of jeans on a good deal, you're probably going to tell everybody, right? Right? No kickback, nothing, just a good deal. You're a good person. You're probably going to tell everybody about it. Now, second scenario, you buy a pair of jeans, and when you tell it with somebody, share it with somebody else, and they buy a pair of jeans, you get a kickback. You're probably still going to tell people, but maybe you might feel a little grimy, right? Maybe you don't want the other person to find out that you're getting a kickback, right? Maybe a little bit embarrassed to bring it up later. And now third scenario, you're upfront with them. You say, hey, here are these pair of jeans. If I sell it to you, I get a kickback. And if you do the same thing, then you get a kickback. We're going to probably be sharing those with everybody. It's a win-win situation. So often we're afraid of bringing up the business, and we create a scenario too, where when you do bring up the business, they're like, there it is. I knew it was too good to be true. I knew Christina tricked me. She only wants me to work the business. She doesn't even care about me. That's it. But if you're honest and upfront and say, hey, this is an opportunity. One, to get your product. She is a sneaky one. That's true. Very true. One, to get your products paid for, and two, to make some extra money. Up front, people are so much more likely to stay on. And when times get tough, and now they have in their head, you know what, things are hard. But Christina said it's all about realistic expectations. Okay, things are hard. Okay, it's all about consistency. You know, I feel stuck. Oh, I can change my subscription. Okay, you know what? I can't do this anymore. My kids need to go to church camp this summer. I can't afford to pay for Plexus and church camp. Wait, Christina mentioned to me that I can actually make some extra money. So instead of canceling, maybe the thought process is shifted to, hey, Christina, you mentioned 6 months ago when I signed up that I could maybe make some money. I'm struggling right now. Could you explain that more to me? And guys, the thing that I can't say more than anything is retention is all about today. Retention is really hard to fix in the moment. Because when you recognize you have bad retention, it's because somebody's been on for 60 days and they haven't been taught right. Your retention starts today on how you talk to somebody and how you enroll them. That is where good retention starts. It's not in 90 days where you pull a report and you see that Suzanne, who signed up 90 days ago, all of a sudden stopped placing her order. It's when you sign up Joe today and you explain to him why he's doing it, what his why is, and what it's going to take to have success. That is what creates and changes retention forever. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes.
So those are the 4 things. Number 1, realistic expectations. Number 2, consistency. 3, all things subscriptions. And 4, share the opportunity with the business. They walk into each other. They're fluid. They flow together. They're not weird. They're not abnormal. It just makes sense. This last tip is a tip from me, so take it or leave it. I suggest you take it because it's awesome. But if you hate it, it came from Matthew Aaron. Okay? Just kidding. I suggest that when you sign somebody new up, you might be doing this already, send them a journal, a $5 journal on Amazon, and have them write down why they decided to start Plexus and how they feel. 9 out of 10 times, people start Plexus because they feel bad. I've heard it 1,000 times over the last 12 years. I'm tired of not being the mom that my kids deserve. I'm tired of not being the wife that I want to be. I'm tired of not being able to get on the floor and play with my kids. right? Have them write down how they feel. And a month from the day they sign up, have them revisit that journal entry. And that does two things. One, it revisits their why. Why am I doing this? Why am I putting in the efforts each day? Why am I struggling? It's because I don't want to be that person anymore. What it also does is helps them see the changes, helps them see the differences. Explain to them that maybe it's not abnormal to not see changes after 30 days. But let's check again on 60 days, and then again on 90 days. And I promise you, if somebody's consistent for 90 days, even the culture of Plexus, if they're consistent here, will change them over 90 days. Right? That is how retention is won back, and that is how retention is increased forever, is by making sure these people understand that, one, they're being taken care of, two, that they have amazing products, and three, they can get them paid for free and potentially make some extra money. Okay, does that make sense for everybody?
So smart. Let me ask you this question. So we hear that people are more excited to recruit because that's kind of the sexy thing. That's like what gets the graphics. That's what gets the attention. What have you seen some teams do to highlight solid retention? What are some ideas that you have for us that maybe we could, any ideas, not to put you on the spot, but.
Yeah, no, great question. And that's a tough one. I mean, retention's not sexy. Mm-hmm. Retention's not sexy, but I like to refer to retention as a building block, right? All of us here are here to reach for our dreams and to jump, right? We jump when we try to find a runner. We jump when we try to reach for an incentive. We jump when we try to get to that diamond destination or Emblem Extravaganza trip. We're jumping, right? What happens when you jump when you don't have a sure foundation? Right? You fall. So I'm not sure this answers your question, and I'll get to that back in a second. But retention is the building block that allows you to really, truly dream big and jump. And the way that we see retention being shared on, on stats is non-existent, just to be honest with you. But that doesn't mean that it should be. That report that we created shows retention. I would start shouting that out as it increases. I would start talking about people, if you don't have a regional manager, come talk to me and I'd love to help you out. If you do have a regional manager, get with them and ask to see your retention. And then I think there's nothing wrong with shouting out retention. Here are my top 10 retention earners or retainers for the month of May, or I guess we're in July. I don't know why I said May.
Hey, Nick, is there an easy way to figure that out? Like who your top retainers are?
So, no, there's not. I wish there was. If you're comfortable with Excel, there is. If you're not comfortable with Excel, it's not really. This is why I'm fighting so hard to getting the data put into the virtual office, because data is power, and data is knowledge, and knowledge is power, I guess is what I'm saying. You don't know what to fix if you don't know what to fix. And so that's why I said if you have a regional manager, get with them. If you don't, I'll do this. If you don't have a regional manager, send me a message and I will get you your 30, 60, and 90-day retention numbers. Okay?
Awesome. I had reports. I had my RSM pull reports for all of my Ruby and above leaders. And so that's how I can, I'm just going to be tracking as leaders. We're just linking up on this idea of, turn the needle in retention. And so I'll be able to see month to month as I get these reports. I have literally put them in a binder. And then we have a video in our team page about how people can figure out their retention. So silvers, golds, senior golds, we can help them run some numbers that way too. But
so let me say this, it's not hard. You just have to know how to click a few buttons in Excel and find it. So like I said, message me. I put my name, my Plexus name, my Facebook name in the chat.
Okay.
Send me a message and I'm more than happy. Or if you guys want me to hop back on another Zoom next week, or this week and explain how to find retention, I'm more than happy to do so.
What if you just make a training video, like where you record yourself, you share your screen? Like, I'm sure we're not the only jewels and diamonds asking for that. That would be a really helpful resource, and it probably would save 100 million people from being in your inbox.
True.
But that'd be
I'll have Chris Smith make a video. He's so much better looking than I am.
I love
So
that.
we will get the video made and then we'll send it to you guys, okay?
Super helpful. Thank you
Dude,
so much.
yes, you're welcome.
So much.
You're welcome.
Listen, when people start asking you in a few months, like, what are Brittany and Christina doing over there with their rockin' retention? You can take all the credit.
It's no credit here. Honestly, you guys have an amazing team.
We do.
I've never seen a group so large and so excited to learn. Like it's truly amazing. I want to take 1 second before I'm kicked off. Just you guys, I don't think you guys truly understand, recognize how blessed you are. Really though. I mean, look around at this team you have that you guys have built. You have amazing leaders that work tirelessly for you. Right? Where does that happen? So please, please, please feel so much gratitude and so much pride to be on this team, because it is truly one in a kind. Okay? Okay. Awesome. That's it. No more being sappy.
Thank you. You nailed it. So helpful. What I love about the tips is it's so like, okay, did I do this? Did I do this? Did I do this? And not sending my link, not sending a share cart until I can say confidently, I have done this and this and this and this. And even if it means prolonging the conversation, or even if it means having to let that person sit there until they can commit to that 90 days, I think it's brilliant. Yep. So thank you so much.
100%.
See you next time.
Awesome. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.